To New York now, where federal immigration authorities arrested a Palestinian activist who helped lead last year's encampment protests at Columbia University. ICE agents claim they acted on State Department orders to revoke his green card. Our partners at CBS News New York are owning this story. Let's listen in on their coverage from just moments ago.
Lisa Rosner has the latest from Columbia. Lisa?
Well, Cindy, the Department of Homeland Security says this graduate student led activities aligned to Hamas, a terrorist organization. However, professors that are supporting him say this is an egregious violation of his First Amendment rights. This was Columbia graduate Mahmoud Khalil back in April, speaking to reporters about the contentious encampment at Columbia University.
This is not a matter of simply violating university rules. This is a movement, an anti-war movement. We have sparked similar Gaza solidarity encampments across the nation and even across the globe.
The Palestinian graduate is now in ICE custody, his lawyer saying she's unsure where he's being held, adding that they've received reports he could be transferred to Louisiana. She says he was wrongly arrested Saturday night at a university-owned building. She says the federal agents arrested him inside his apartment and threatened to arrest his 8-month-old pregnant wife, a U.S. citizen. She says agents claim they were acting on State Department orders to revoke Khalil's student visa, but she said he's a green card holder, a legal resident. A U.S. Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said the arrest was made in support of President Trump's executive order prohibiting anti-Semitism and claimed Khalil, quote, led activities aligned to Hamas, a designated terrorist organization. Secretary of State Marco Rubio posted on X, quote, we will be revoking the visas and/or green cards of Hamas supporters in America so they can be deported. This comes after the Trump administration announced it would pull federal funding from the school as well for not rooting out anti-Semitism on campus.
If there's a problem with anti-Semitism, the last people you get to go to is the Trump administration.
One professor says the school could be doing more.
There could be more clear rules about what can and cannot be done. There can be time, place, and manner constraints on demonstrations. There could be more significant repercussions if the protests and demonstrations go beyond certain lines.
All right, let's bring in CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Camilo, great to see you. On what grounds, what legal grounds, could ICE be detaining him since his lawyer says he's a permanent resident? Can they do this?
It's a critical question, Liz. We were told by the Department of Homeland Security that Khalil was indeed arrested over the weekend by immigration and customs enforcement officers who, of course, seek to arrest and deport immigrants who are accused of domestic violations of immigration law. And the department said that this arrest in particular, Liz, was made pursuant to executive orders by President Trump, which include orders to target foreign nationals in colleges and universities that are deemed to promote or endorse terrorist activities. And of course, the Department of Homeland Security is alleging that Khalil has led activities in support of Hamas, which of course the U.S. government says is a terrorist group. And President Trump actually just posted a statement on social media that I want to read to our audiences, Liz. This is the first arrest of many to come, says President Trump. We know there are more students at Columbia, and other universities across the country who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, and anti-American activity, and the Trump administration will not tolerate it. Many are not students, they are paid agitators. We will find, apprehend, and deport these terrorist sympathizers from our country, never to return again. And we should add that while we do not know the exact details and nature of the alleged activities that have now made this individual subject to arrest by ICE, it is important to note that U.S. immigration law gives the president and the government writ large broad powers and authorities to seek the deportation of non-citizens, including legal permanent residents, on national security and terrorism-related grounds. We also know that according to a system that relatives of people in ICE custody can use to track their loved ones, Khalil is currently being held in a detention center in Louisiana. Liz?
And kind of leaning on that technology front of all of this, Camilo, the Department of Homeland Security made some big changes to the previous administration's Customs and Border Protection app. What can you tell us about that?
Well, look, this is an app that the Biden administration used in 2023 to start allowing people in Mexico, migrants and prospective asylum seekers, to schedule an appointment to be processed at an official border crossing along the border to be able to request asylum at a later date. And under that application known as CBP-1, the Biden administration allowed more than 1 million migrants in Mexico to enter the country to start those asylum requests. But the Trump administration quickly ended that app and canceled all existing appointments, stranding many people in Mexico. And now it is converting that same app and turning it into the CBP-1 home app. And now it will be used to facilitate the voluntary departure of people who are in the country illegally. Migrants can now use it to report to the government, Liz, that they will be voluntarily departing the country, a so-called self-deportation, which of course the Trump administration has been trying to encourage people to do who are here illegally. So the Biden administration, Liz, used this to allow people into the country, and now the Trump administration is using it to get them out of the country, essentially.
The direct opposite of what the app was intended to be used for. All right, CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Thanks so much, Camilo.